If I want to be free, I've got to be me. Not the me that I think you think I should be. Not the me that I think my wife thinks I should be. Not the me that I think my kids think I should be. But if I want to be free, I've got to be me. So I better know who me is. That is the quote of the day. Welcome to episode number 1 of the Quote of the Day show. I am your host, Sean Croxton of SeanCroxton.com. Appreciate you tuning into our pilot week episodes. Here's what we're going to do. Monday through Friday, I'm going to feature super inspiring quotes and talks from the world's best speakers and teachers on living a life that you love. Today's featured speaker is not only one of my favorite speakers of all time, just one of my favorite people of all time, Mr. Bob Proctor, the one and only Bob Proctor. Bob has been in the personal development field for 55 years. It's a long time. And at age 82, he's still jet-setting around the globe, teaching people how to turn their dreams into their destinies. And I had the pleasure of interviewing Bob, I think it was January of this year, on my other podcast called the Sean Croxton Sessions. And a couple of days later, I drove up to LA to attend one of Bob's live events. And on the first night of the event, I remember it was a Friday evening, he told a story about the first time he saw Bill Gore speak. And it was the first time I heard today's quote of the day. And I remember I wrote it down in my notebook. And since then, I've never forgotten about it, because if there's anything that all of us want to be, it's just to be ourselves. Because to be ourselves is really what freedom is all about. So I feel very honored to be able to share that story with you today. But of course, I'll let Mr. Proctor tell it. So here's Bob.
I would recommend everybody buy a book, The Art of Acting by Stella Adler. The Art of Acting by Stella Adler. It is an incredible book. Stella Adler was one of the greatest acting teachers. She taught method acting. Marlon Brando was her student. Marlon Brando was one of the first method actors to ever really hit superstardom. He wrote the foreword to this book. The truth is, Stella Adler never really wrote a book. Stella Adler wrote her lessons that she taught. And a man named Kissel, when she died, turned it into a book. I love the book. Because when you read the book, it's not like you're reading a book. It's like you're going to her acting class. And you see how to act like the person you want to become. Act like that person. Be that person. Now. Change your perception of who you are through the use of your imagination. In your imagination, see yourself doing what you want to do. You see, when I first started this, I was very shy. Very shy. I mean, to a ridiculous state. I could not have asked a question if there were 4 or 5 other people there. I would be afraid to bring the attention on myself. I would want to disappear, just like to go in a hole somewhere. It wasn't uncommon if I was in a social setting just to go to the bathroom and just sit in the toilet with the door locked and stay there for quite a while. I got away by myself because I was shy. But I wanted to teach this. I had learned what I had done. And I knew something that I didn't know anybody else that knew it. And I saw a man, Bill Gore, you don't need to turn this on. And he was standing right about here. There was about 500 people here on this bank and about 500 people there. We were at the O'Hare Hyatt. Bill Gore was the Frank Sinatra of public speakers. The guy was incredible. He was absolutely incredible. He had a style all of his own. I loved listening to him. And he held a microphone. I was in the back corner of the room. And I was watching him. And did I ever want to do what he was doing? But I was afraid to even ask a question in a crowd. And at one point, he held his hand up. And he said, if I want to be free, I've got to be me. Not me that I think you think I should be, not the me that I think my wife thinks I should be, not the me that I think my kids think I should be. If I want to be free, I got to be me. So I better know who me is. I was almost out of breath watching him. I thought, my God, that guy's so good at what he does. And I made a decision. I was not only going to learn to do what he was doing, I made a decision that he was going to teach me. Bill Gore and I became fast friends. I don't speak anything like Bill Gore, but he taught me how to do what I'm doing. He taught me how to be totally relaxed in front of an audience. And if you're not totally relaxed in front of your audience, you're not going to do good work at all. You're going to do crappy work. And he said, you got to forget you. You got to fall in love with them. This made so much sense. But having it made sense and doing it is two different things. But I learned how to do it because I did exactly what he told me. You see, I learned to follow direction from the man that gave me this book. If you're sitting at home and you're thinking, this is what I'd really love to do, then do it. Quit wishing. Start doing exactly what you want to do. I don't care where you are. You might live in a little tiny town in way backwoods of Australia or Germany or Malaysia. None of that matters. Yet, where are you in here? If you can see what you want to do, do it. Don't wait till you get the money. Don't wait until you get the time. Do it right now. That's what you got to do. You've got to put your imagination to work. I've got all the monitors out. Everything's out. So we got to use our imagination. We'll come back on. You got to learn to dance, you see. You've got an imagination. You've got a marvelous imagination. Start using it. Do you know most people, when they use their imagination, they use it against themselves? They start imagining something bad happening. They start imagining that the goal is not going to manifest. They start imagining that they're not going to go where they want to go. They start imagining that they're not going to get what they want to get. Live it. Actually live it in your mind. You can do anything you want. Anything. Doesn't matter what it is.
I love that clip. There were probably 3 or 4 other quotes that I could have used as the quote of the day from that clip. I think he said something about, it's not about you. You got to make it about them, getting out of your head and actually saying, okay, how can I serve others? Make it about them. That is so critical. He talked about quit wishing, start doing. And he also talked about something that's huge. He said, having it make sense and doing it are 2 different things. I think we can all relate to that. I think all of us have sabotaged ourselves in many ways. We've set a goal. We said we wanted to do this. We did it for a few days, maybe a few weeks. We might have even gotten a little bit of results. But at some point, we just kind of start to veer off and back into our old ways, back into the comfort zone. And there's a reason for that. Bob calls it your paradigm. It's this program in your subconscious mind. It's these beliefs, these belief systems that we've kind of not just inherited, but acquired as we were growing up. And Bob actually does something coming up that's really cool. It's called the Paradigm Shift Live. And what he's going to do is teach us how to shift that paradigm so that our conscious minds that say, hey, I want to do this, And our subconscious mind that many times is saying, hey, maybe I don't want to do that, they can actually come into alignment so you can get things done and get the results that you want. He's got this event that's coming up on October 14th. That's a Friday through October 16th in Los Angeles, California. But the thing is, it's sold out, but really you don't have to attend live anyway because he's got something called the live stream, the Paradigm Shift live stream, where you can watch it from home, you can watch it from your office, you can watch it on a treadmill, which is kind of what I like to do. Wherever you are, you can watch the Paradigm Shift live stream and learn how to stop sabotaging yourself. So again, you can get the results that you want. And even if you can't attend the live stream and just watch it that weekend, you're going to have access to the recordings for 2 weeks after the event ends. And so, if I missed the Saturday, I'll go ahead and watch it during the week. And of course you can too. You can learn more about that at bobproctorlivestream.com, bobproctorlivestream.com. Gosh, thanks so much for listening to today's quote of the day. We've got a lot more coming to you. Again, this is a Monday through Friday podcast. So I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.